Hi guys, Kurt Provost here, your guide to all things new skin. This is about what not to post online when you're trying to sell some product, when you're trying to promote your business. What should you definitely not do? These are some common mistakes that I see, and this is brought to you thanks to an acquaintance of mine, a contact on Facebook who joined Nu Skin, not part of my team, but part of someone else's team, and did a post on Facebook. This post right here is the one in question, and there's a lot that we can learn from this, mainly what not to do. So let's deconstruct this right now. The first big mistake that you can probably notice is they're trying to offer everything. They're trying to offer every single product that or almost every single product that Nu Skin has. They're kind of like, hey, have you got pimples? Well, this will sort that out. Hey, is your hair falling out? Let's work with this. Hey, you fat? Then this is the product for you. Hey, you got wrinkles? Then this is yours. And the problem with that is, as tempting as it is, you see, we get all these products and we think, oh my God, there's so many people we can help. But you've got to narrow it down. You have to have it focusing when you're doing a post just on one thing. You've really got to drill down to one thing. Just choose one product. Instead, what they've done is very lazy. They've attempted to create one post that covers everything, and then the job's done and they don't need to do anything after that because they think everyone's just going to buy as a result. No, it's consistency. It's many posts over time that are going to bring in the sales, that are going to bring in the interest for you, not one post that's just going to hit everything on the head and everyone goes, all right, take my money. That's sold. So that's big no-no number one, is offering everything. Do not do that. Next one is that they have more than one or two before and afters. They're showing way too many results. They just have a smattering of body parts all over the place there. It's messy, it's ugly, it's difficult to process, and it's not effective at all. It's also not connected to them at all. There's no personal connection there. Their face is not there. Their body, we don't know if their body is there because it's all these anonymous bits and pieces that they've collected from the internet, and people are just going to scroll straight past that because they need some personal connection. They need some reason to stop and look at this and go, oh, this is real. Whereas if you just copy and paste from online somewhere, smash it all together and throw it out onto social media, it's not going to be effective at all. People will scroll straight past it and you will have wasted your time and also damaged your reputation, damaged your credibility, and lowered the value of whatever it is that you create in the future. This is why it's so important to create quality content and do it consistently, because that builds a reputation, that builds a brand, a personal brand for yourself where people associate the best with you. That's what you want people to associate with you. High quality, the best, entertainment, something interesting, something that arouses curiosity, something that is trustworthy. And if you can build that brand through high quality content all the time, then people will be purchasing from you. People will be wanting to partner with you, to join you, to work with you. And that's ultimately what is going to grow your business there. So collages, I can't stand collages. Don't do it. It's the reason why they've done a collage is because they've tried to put all the products in and all the before and after pictures in and jam it into a couple of photos. It's not a good idea. It's messy. And it's also got, quite often people will forget to remove the logo of the collage maker, the photo editing app that they've used. It will be like Pick Collage, will be down in the bottom right-hand corner. You know you can tap on that and delete it. Even the free option, I don't pay for any apps, but you just tap on it and remove it, and then it's a clear image. So it's much more professional, it's higher quality, it doesn't have that little pick collage which constantly devalues the before and after pictures that we see out there on the internet. So there is no story and no explanation for the before and after pictures. And the story is the biggest crime, because they begin it with a little bit of a story connecting to the pain of being 30 or approaching 30 and the signs of aging occurring and how that makes you feel. And that's a great start, because that's identifying an issue that your audience can connect to, and that will get their attention. But then instead of continuing with that story and saying, I used this, and after 3 weeks, after 3 months, whatever the time period was, this is the result I got, and here's my result below. Who knows, maybe it'll work well for you. There's a little story there. Instead, they just said, yeah, I'm stressed out about beginning to notice the signs of aging, and you probably are too, so here's a bunch of products that will help you. Buy it, and here's the biggest issue of all, the big no-no, is that the greatest selling point that they have on this post is saying that they will give the largest discount. That's not a great selling point, because that's a race to the bottom. You should never start with the largest discount. Now, there are some unique moments when it's a good idea to do that. For instance, if you're dealing with a cold market where you know that people are just shopping around for the lowest price, then to save time, that certainly makes more sense. However, if you're dealing with your warm market, if you're dealing with those who know you and like you, then starting with the largest discount is just shooting yourself in the foot. You should start with something much more moderate, say 10, 15%, whatever. The ability to give a discount varies from market to market. Some places you can't give discounts unless you create a brand affiliate account. So it all depends on where you are and what strategy you guys use. But in general, I would say start small, because the reason you start small is if someone says, the price is a bit much, or if they're still price sensitive, you have some room that you can actually lower it. You can go back and create a better deal, a better option. But if you start from the lowest possible point and then they say it's too expensive, you've got nowhere to go from there. Also, you are just cutting into the profits, into your own profits here. And the idea of running a business is that it's profitable. If you're not profitable, you're not going to be able to sustain yourself in business. There is work that is involved with this business. You need to turn a profit in order to justify taking the activities and making that action to continue building and growing your business. So making a profit is really important. And that's the first step for me with a new person, is to make sure that they turn a profit. So if you are creating a post like this, the likelihood of you turning a profit when you are offering the largest discount straight away is very slim. So also the post was set to friends only. It wasn't set to public, which means they have limited the amount of eyeballs that can potentially see that. They've limited the chance that it could be shared and someone else has access to it. In this instance, it's probably worked in their favor, because that's a terrible post, and it's a good thing that not a lot of people saw it. It means they've got a chance to redeem themselves, take it down, refine it, choose one product and repost it and have a better result. And then there's one last thing that they have done wrong here, and it's a crucial point I see a lot of new people not using. It's such an amazing tool, but they don't use it. And that is, they didn't get their team to support the post. What do I mean by that? Well, depending on what team you're in, generally there's going to be a group of people, a group chat of some sort. We have a group chat where you copy the link once you've done a post, and then you share the link into that group. And the purpose of that group chat is for other team members to comment on it as fast as possible. Now, not everyone will see it straight away, not everyone can comment on it straight away, but it's going to help rather than just having it sitting there, floating around out there in social media space, getting no attention. So what happens is those comments boost it up into the newsfeed. The algorithm goes, oh look, this is getting a lot more attention, maybe we should show some more people this post. Because if it gets no attention within the first 10, 20, 30 minutes or an hour, it's unlikely to get more attention later on. It's unlikely that people are actually going to see it unless they're really connected with you. And that's unfortunate. In this case, it worked in their favor, again, because it's not a very good post. So you don't want people seeing that. I would just delete it and redo it with some improvements. So here are my suggestions of what to do based on this post. Like what would I do if I took this post down and started again? Well, for starters, I would say just pick one damn product. Don't try and share all of them. And pick the one that there's two things that you need to keep in mind when you're picking the product to do a post. Number one is, do you have a personal story or experience with that product? That's a great product to do a post about, particularly if you have clear, high quality before and after pictures of that. That's the product that you're going to do. Now, if you don't, if you're just brand new and you're just starting with these products, that's fine too. What you want to look at, and this is probably more important than everything else, is what is it that your market, that your friends, that your contacts, what are they likely to be most interested in? Now, you may not know what they're interested in, and that's where you got to treat this experiment mindset. You got to treat it like one big experiment where you put a post out there and you think, I have a hypothesis that this is going to be the product that they'll be most interested in. And maybe they're not. Maybe it doesn't get a lot of traction. So then you go back to the drawing table and say, well, if it wasn't that one, how about this one? And try that one. And you run another experiment. And maybe it's not that one. You try another one. You keep trying until you find the product that people are like, boom, that's what they're interested in. And that's what you run with until the interest wanes again. And then you try with other products. This is a strategy, the experimental mindset, that will give you success for sure, because you're going to find what is absolute gold, what is interesting and important for your target market, and that's the most important thing. So, what is the product that you think your target market is going to be most interested in? Focus on that product. Step 2 is to go and find some personal stories, some testimonials from people you either know or other team members. So you can ask around with your team and say, hey, has anyone had an experience with this product? I think my contacts are going to like it. I'd love it if you could share that. And there are a ton of groups out there of new skin distributors that share their own personal testimonials, and more than happy to share their before and after pictures. And then you can use that to create a post. That's a great way of doing it. And then to create the post, make sure you only have one, maximum 2 before and after pictures. It has to be simple. And here's the kicker. I don't recommend having just a before and after picture. It's much better to have a before and after picture that is high quality, clear lighting, shows a clear difference, doesn't have the logo of the editing app where you put the collage, the 2 pictures together, and then have a picture of you. Even if it's not your before and after, people need to connect that this is somehow related to you. Otherwise, they're not going to stop. They'll just keep scrolling by. So I do posts quite often about dramatic effects. This product here, that white tube. So dramatic effects is fantastic for helping to tighten and tone and also smooth out the skin of your body. Particularly helpful or useful with cellulite. So I have shared women's before and after pictures of their legs, of their butts with cellulite. And obviously that's not my body. It's very clear. I will still have a selfie or a photo of me there beside it. So there's 2 pictures there. And I will have it so I use humor a lot in my posts because, well, that's kind of my brand. And so I will have myself looking at it in a quizzical way or engaging with the before and after picture in some way. The reason I do that is to get people's attention. And then I tell a story, which is step number 3, super important. You need to tell a story. And a story just has 4 essential ingredients in it. You have before. What was it like before? What was the suffering? That's the next step. What was the pain? What was the problem? And then you have the solution to that. And then you have the happy ending. So what's life like now? And so what that looks like for dramatic effects is I share someone's personal testimonial about using dramatic effects. They said I was struggling to get rid of this despite exercising 3 to 4 times a week. I couldn't get rid of the cellulite. So I figured I would give this a try when I saw my friend do a post on this hibiscus cream. and after 3 months or 2 weeks or whatever it is, whatever time frame, this is my result. I am so happy with it. I finally have the confidence to wear a bikini again. I can't wait for summertime. That is a very short story that went through those 4 steps of the storytelling and delivers the message that you want. You don't need anything more than that in the post, because that story is doing all the work. It gets the curiosity, it gets the interest, and then all you've got to do is put that out there and say that, you know what, like, people can contact you. So you can have a call to action if you want, but I have consistent calls to action so people know that they can contact me. I'll be like, contact your favorite new skin distributor, contact your favorite supplier, and I'll always have a wink and that's me, and they come back to me. This is another important point that we need to cover, is that when you're creating a post, the post is not designed to sell the product. Don't expect people just to go, here's my money. What you want the post to do is to generate curiosity. The purpose of a post on social media is not to sell. The purpose is to start a conversation. You want people reaching out to you. So if you've got all the details in the post, that's all the information. They can make their decision, and generally that decision will just default to no, because no is the easiest answer on social media, because there's always something more interesting just below that they can scroll to and totally forget about it. So even if they say, oh yeah, that's interesting, I'll look into that, they keep scrolling, it's likely they'll forget about it. It defaults to no. So what you want is a post that generates curiosity but no information, or limited information, so they have to ask you for more. So send me the details. How much does it cost? Where can I get this? What is it? All of those questions are fantastic, and you'll have people commenting that. If they're commenting that, you've done a great job with your post. And then your answer is always going to be, I'll send you a message. And then you take it into Messenger and you take it offline as soon as possible. You have a phone conversation, a video chat, whatever it is that you need to do. That's where the sale happens. It's not on the post. The post generates the curiosity. It generates the conversation. So I think that's about it. Oh yeah, okay. So the other things that I would do, make sure high quality photo, lighting is clear, image of yourself, already covered that. Tell a story, for God's sake. Don't try and sell, and just focus on the main issue, which I kind of covered just before. And the last but not least is get support from your team. So set that to public so that it can be shared, so that anyone can comment on it, anyone can see it, because that's going to broaden and expand your market, potential market. And then copy the link and put it into a group chat where your team can help you with the post. They can help you to boost that post so it gets more interest. It's artificial, yes, but it definitely helps. When you're looking at an interesting post but there's no comments on it, are you likely to leave a comment? Less likely. However, if there's already 4, 5, 10, 20 comments on it, you're much more likely to actually comment on that and ask a question. It feels safe in numbers. Same thing on social media. So that was going to be a quick video. It turned into, 18, 19 minutes now. So thank you for watching. Hope that's helpful. These are the things not to do and to do when you are posting on social media. My name is Kurt Provost, your guide to all things new skin. If you found that useful, a free way to support the channel is, of course, liking this video, leaving a comment, and subscribing. But be sure to turn on the notifications if you want to be notified next time I create a video like this. If you want to get access to the new skin products and you don't have an account already, then you can do so by sending me a message. I am working with people around the world and always happy to hear from you. That's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.